What's up, guys? Sorry about this kind of weird video setup. I'm gonna try to do this pretty quick. Um, I'll do a better one later. I mean, I'm gonna be getting into acid etching, and I'm gonna do a deeper um, electro etching. I'm gonna do like where you submerge it for a more full saber pattern too. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for the chemicals for the acid etch. But I want to show you this quick because it's super easy and it's pretty cool. It gives you a really good result. And it's like there's no mess, there's no setup. You could probably do it for free with stuff you already have. Um, so yeah, anyway. Okay, so in the little cup here, I've got vinegar with a pretty healthy pinch of salt. Um, Stirred it all up, let it dissolve really well, and then I'm just using Q-tips. I find that the easiest to control, and it works. It works well. But I mean, you can use what you want. Keep some paper towel handy. That's useful. So all I did, you can get. There's a million ways to put your pattern on and to provide a resist, which is just protecting all the areas you don't want etched. But you can see all I did, just quick and dirty, just for the sake of testing, like just to see how it works. I just, like old school, I just threw some tape on the piece and took an X-Acto and just cut out the pattern. You see I kind of just sort of this one here is just like an edge connector type pattern. Just random shapes. Just messing around here. You can get really elaborate with this. You can use contact paper, printing out really intricate designs using like actual image software. But I'm not going to go that hardcore yet until I get into acid etching. I'll need practice. I want to practice all this stuff, so might as well start with like the old school low tech. It works really well. You can see here. Well, you probably can't see here because the camera's not great, but I've already started this, given it some time working on it. But I'll show you how to do it. So other than the vinegar, the salt mixed together, some Q-tips, the pattern all taped off. I just taped it to this block of wood to hold it, so it's not sliding around on me. Then the power source. You want it to be like, so I've seen people do it with 6 volts, but you want at least 9, 12 volts. This is like what, 15? If you're going to use lithium ions, make sure they are protected. If there's ever a time where it's not lip service, it's this. The whole time that you're doing this, you're flirting with short circuiting this. I mean, that's what you're doing, but it's controlled because it's going through the part, and you're taking advantage of the whole process of what happens when you do that. But lithium ions are no joke. So if you're doing this with lithium ions, do not use lithium ions unless it actually says right on this battery cell. It will say on here, protection circuit built in or something to that effect. Don't use the lithium ion cell if it doesn't say that. No joke. It just YouTube lithium ion thermal runaway, and you'll see it's nothing to play around with. It's the stupidest little thing. This is so easy. There's nothing to this. It's safe. Just the batteries are nothing to play around with. For lithium ions in particular, I'm just talking about. Just because of what could, if the odd chance it did go bad, it would go really bad. You know what I mean? So don't even go there. Okay, so all you really need other than your power source. I mean, I got a 4 battery holder. I got 14 500s in there. Just Saber batteries. That's perfect for this. It gives you a strong etch. You can all you need is any 2 pieces of wire. Just come in, hook up the wire to your battery so you've got yourself a positive and a negative lead. I like the alligator clips, just because they're super handy. You can clip them right onto these parts, which you'll see. And it works really well in particular. So all you do is, like I said in the thread, you take your positive lead. So your positive lead goes to the workpiece. So you clip this on a spot. Make sure you've got a spot all set up where it's conductive. If you're using an MHS piece, an alligator clip will clip really nicely on the threading, and it'll give you like really good contact all the way around. You'll feel it. So now that I've got my positive, ooh, gotta be careful not to touch these together here. Yeah, a little rubber piece coming off. It always annoys me when that happens. Okay, so you can see I've clipped the positive right onto the threading of this MHS extension. Now my negative. So now at this point I got to be careful. I never want to touch this to this part, and obviously not to this. If I do, I'll get sparks. And these lithium ions are protected, so they'll cut out. But then I'll have to plug them into a charger or do something to get them back on. If they're not protected, look out, possibly, if you short them, so don't even. Okay, so all you do to this is super easy. Take your Q-tip, dip it in the solution. Let me get this so you can see it. So take the Q-tip. Arlo, nobody. Hang on. I'm doing a video right now. Chill out. Careful. No, careful. Sorry. So I'm stirring it in here, right? I got it nice and soaking wet. Just kind of shake a drip off it so you're not dripping onto anything you don't want to. So now I've got this. It's all dripping wet right here on the end. So I'm taking my negative lead and I'm clipping it right onto that sopping wet part of your swab or your Q-tip that you're using. And I don't know if you can see this. Can you see about how much I've got it? See, I've got it right close to the tip down here. I've got it pretty close to that tip, but at the same time, it's not so close that I'm accidentally going to touch this metal piece here. See how as I'm going to be rubbing this and making contact, I don't want it so close that this is going to be touching my workpiece directly. And that's the cool thing about just going old school and using tape. You got a lot of protection. There's forgiveness for that, because the only part's exposed is the part you're etching, and everything else you could touch, it wouldn't matter. So if you're just starting out, trying this for the first time, it's not a bad idea just to rough it out with some tape until you get the hang of it. But yeah, so you want a lot of the electrolyte, so make sure you got it really nice and wet. And now when you touch it, I'll try to get this where you can see it. Just kind of start applying it, and right away you'll see, you probably can't see this, but it starts kind of smoking, bubbling, builds up a pretty solid foam pretty quickly. That's actually one thing you want to be a little careful of. If you get a hefty layer of foam building up on the top, just be careful that it doesn't sort of swallow up the end of your alligator clips, because then you'll pretty much be shorted to the workpiece. It won't spark on you, but actually you'll be basically plating the end of your alligator clips with the metal you're taking out. But the trick is you just patiently just go over, be careful that you're not touching anything with the bare metal, and kind of concentrate on trying to keep an even application so that you get a nice even. I don't know if you can see that, if you can see that the smoke and stuff coming off there. But it's actually quite dramatic. It's surprising. And then what you want to do is, probably can't see that, but my tip, see how it's all gray and like black and stuff? When it gets like that, it's not going to work as well. So that's why I like the Q-tips. You can flip them over, the next end wet, clip it on, pretty close to the tip, but not too close. Start applying again. I don't know if you can see that, but it's smoking and everything like crazy. It's got to be a good sign, right? So yeah, anyway, you just kind of keep going over, try to keep everything nice and even. It's pretty amazing. It actually starts to etch pretty quickly for how low tech and like just ghetto this is. And then when your Q-tips get, whoops, sorry, when your Q-tips get all black on the ends, just swap to a new one. Dip it in here, keep on going, and yeah, like it's really easy. Like I said, it's really clean. It's not messy at all. It's not. It's a lot cleaner than the acid etching, but it's slower to get depth, like a lot of contrast. So you just keep on doing this. It takes patience, right? Um, and if you're patient enough, it doesn't take all that long. Like you probably can't see very well in this video, but I've got a pretty solidly, like a pretty dramatic contrast, like a pretty good depth in this etch here already. I mean, I've been hitting it before. It didn't just happen right now. Um, I'd say I've probably already been working this for over the last couple days. I haven't had much time, but I did. I spent a few minutes here and there over a few days, so I probably got half hour, 40 minutes of sitting here rubbing it like this, which sounds like a lot, but it's not really. It kind of flies by. You just lose track of the time, really. And now I'm just gonna be careful that I don't. You can see how I did my little etching tool, the battery pack, JST'd to the alligator clip, so like it's kind of easy. I can always just pull that, and now it's safe. I don't have to worry about like these things clicking around and touching each other and whatever. And I don't know if you can see here, but see all that residue all along the side of the tape? Sorry, my light's going on me. But yeah, anyway. So that's sort of, I guess you'd call that spot etching, right? Because you're just sort of manually etching and going over the spot. Super easy, and it's really cool. It gives you, in my opinion, cleaner, more professional, better looking results than engraving, and it's arguably easier. I mean, it takes more time, it takes more patience, but it takes less skill, I'll tell you that much. The only thing, it takes practice with the X-Acto knife cutting out shapes, right? But the engraving, man, that takes a lot of practice and skill on these cylinders. This, anybody can do this. You just get the hang of um, cutting out designs, and really, for that matter, you don't have to cut out designs. I mean, you can just print them onto contact paper. So, yeah, to me, this is a better sort of accessible for anyone technique, and it's cool because it's the better results technique. So it's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to getting into acid etching, but I'll have a lot more of this to show you. I just wanted to put up one video just so anyone who wants to see this process, hopefully people who see this video realize how simple this is. It's just vinegar and salt, some Q-tips, and a few batteries, and a couple pieces of wire, and you can really, you'll see if you go back, if you check the thread, I'll put a lot of pics up and stuff. I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to show you how simple that was. Just, I said I'd get a video up. Better late than never. Oh, and also check this out real quick. I kind of, in the thread here, I've been talking about how I'm always out of space and whatnot. So I reorganized a bit. I don't know if you can see, the mother of all storage bins going over there. That's helped a lot, big time. Actually, heads up, buddy. Look at what I, sorry, let's get ghetto for a second. Okay, yeah, so here we go. This will be easier. be able to see better. So we got what do we got there? The workbench, and then kind of, and look at all that. All that is all stuff that's on deck. Those aren't displaying. That's current. Like I'm working on all those at once. Yeah, nuts. All that, all the way to over here. I mean, even this one box right here. I don't know if you can see. This one. This one box has like, there's like the insides of like 5 sabers in that box. Like, literally, there's a 4-channel emerald. Like, it's crazy. I gotta catch up on some of these projects. Big time. Like, it's nuts. Anyway, okay, that's etching, and hope that helps some people give it a shot, because it's pretty easy and it works awesome.